Controller's kind of slick.
Oh, is it 7 o'clock? Is it 7 o'clock? Oh, do I have a new device? Do I have a new gadget that I'm playing with as we wait for Chilla to hop on here, because I forgot to send him the link. There he is. I'm just playing with my little gadget here. Chilla, I bet this looks familiar to you.
There we go. I saw you got one. I saw it in the Slack that you got one.
Mm-hmm. It is pretty fancy too. Hold on, I need to plug this in. I need to actually plug it into something. It is
your fancy wireless keyboard.
It is deceptive how easily this thing works. Like it's literally good.
I was pretty surprised myself, like how buttons just mapped appropriately.
Well, so I haven't played it with a lot. And I also wonder if I throw this into. I probably have to do little something with it, but if I were to throw this, because I know this is very video game, like it has corner, like what is the L and R button map to, or do I have to do something with that?
I feel like they tried to make it so it fit in with the rest of your TV type componentry.
Turns out these buttons don't actually do anything. It's just to make it feel like an Xbox controller. But I mean, I could see like throwing it on a RetroPie or something, or in like that configuration's very video game like at the top. So what do I have? Let's see, what do I got here? So
have them like the space bar or the backspace or something.
So the cool thing here is with this controller, because I can set it up and I got my ATEM on my Windows machine, I can go like this, and now I'm switching the camera with this little wireless device here. So next time that I'm doing a video game session and I want to sit over on the couch, instead of doing a remote desktop to operate the system, I can just bring this guy with me.
Oh, nice.
And switch the camera while I'm sitting on the couch. So I mean that's worth $15 right there. Holy crap! You know.
Did you pay $15 for it?
I think so. What'd you pay for it?
Like $9.
Like $9?
Don't have them have stellar envy.
What the hell? I think I paid. What the Chilla? What the hell? You didn't even give me the sweet Chilla discount.
There was something. All I did was Google like Raspberry Pi keyboard mouse combo. And it was the cheapest thing that came up, and it had a $2. Maybe it was because there was a coupon with it.
Do you have the backlit version?
Yes.
I do too. Okay, all right. What did I pay for this? Hold on. Where did I find that out? Order details. Hold on a second. Yeah, $14.99. Purchased on July 2nd. No, arrived on July 2nd. What the? Damn it.
That's all right.
Damn it. Chilla.
Sorry.
I have yet another micro USB that is already lost to the USB gods. But yeah, okay. That's it. That's what that is. I'm gonna maybe just hold on to this so I can switch the camera and try to get used to that idea. Yeah, that's easy. That's real easy.
It's like pushing an easy button.
It is. And the mouse, I gotta say, the mouse works pretty good too. Nobody can see it. It's on the computer that you guys are viewing me through. So, but generally, like here, just go hit the button. Oh, there we are. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I see it switching over there on your side view.
Hold on a second. Something is not kicking in here. While I'm waiting for it. Let's get that system.
Man, look at the crispy clearness of Chilla's video.
Oh,
man.
Yeah. You love that. You love that 4K shoving through 720p over there.
Hey, mine's not too bad either.
Oh,
yours looks really good too.
I mean, how?
And I got a little crappy Logitech.
how am I operating from a camera that retailed for $3,000 and you guys look better than me? What's happening right now?
Well,
it honestly looks like you're pushing like. Do you have the meat settings to push 720?
Who? Which one?
You,
Me?
Mike. Because I noticed it always sets me back to 3.
No, I'm on it. No, the camera that you guys are seeing me at is shit.
Oh, okay.
It's not even a C320. It's
okay.
I don't know what this thing is.
It's like VGA. I'm surprised it's not square.
It's one of these guys. This is what's coming to you.
Okay.
I gave all my good cameras a River's Edge, and then they don't do anything anymore. So I don't know. Can I ask for that back? You think? I can't. There's not even a number on here. What's that?
I don't see why not.
Well, my contact doesn't work for them anymore. So,
Yeah.
but no, I looked this up recently to see what it was because I was trying to get to work with the Raspberry Pi, and 2 megapixel.
Okay.
2 megapixel. What does that translate to?
Bad.
Not great. Not great.
Yeah.
I'm giving you guys the epic shot right now. Yeah. Only you guys are seeing that on the stream, not the feed.
Yeah.
Not the Patreon and wherever else this
Although
goes.
that makes sense though, because then you're not using up a bunch of bandwidth to show us your face.
It doesn't matter. I'm still just going to push through 720 either way. So and bandwidth is kind of not an issue here.
Right.
But ideally, this switching shot, this thing, I know you guys can see over here behind me. This switching shot ideally is what I want to go to you.
Okay.
Right? Because then you're on, but I'm going to need a couple $100 of hardware in order to do that, to get it back to you. And we don't know how well Google Meet works with things that are not explicitly webcams, right? Because that everybody bought A10 minis, and then Zoom updated the security settings and killed it for a ton of people a couple months ago. So,
but if you use the Zoom web, I thought it was if you use the Zoom web client, you could still use it.
Is it?
I think.
Either way, it did screw up a lot of people a little bit ago. So. That's the kind of thing you got to watch out for with these. So if you're, and that's why, we can work around all these technologies, but I mean, that's why we have a system and a box that does the thing, and we know what's going to be, and there's not going to get some kind of software update that it doesn't work. And when you talk about Zoom, you're talking about something where that is not the primary function, is the stream stuff. So if they decide to change something that screws you up, they don't care. You're not the primary audience as a content producer.
Yeah, but you would think that with the especially for Zoom, with the number of people that are using that for various things, and even like their own background replacement and all that kind of stuff, you would think they're trying to appeal to more than just the WebEx community.
Yeah, right.
True, but I mean, it's just like how many people use Skype for the same function that we're doing now? Professional outfits using Skype, and it's not made for them. It's made for the call and doing that, not necessarily production quality thing. Now it's become a thing, as we get, especially now. But the tools, it never gave you like a tool to have that production, like do the things that production people need to do, I guess, right? All right, on that note, we should probably get to the show. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed this on Patreon. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you, everybody in the live stream. All righty. I'm going to reset that. We talked about...
Note.
Yes. Controller, Zoom calls.
Oh, John, I want to ask you so bad, how was the camping? But I won't.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. There was definitely plenty of room for the two of us.
Did you make it the whole night?
Yeah, we made it the whole night.
Awesome.
It was hot.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes.
So, and you know what? Wait a minute. I gotta redo my awesome thing of the week.
The awesome thing. See what I did to him? Sorry, Sorg. I know you wanted to start.
It's fine. My awesome thing's
Just don't do me first.
My awesome thing's kind of lame.
Mine's pretty cool, if I have to say so myself.
Okay.
Of course, it's gaming, but that's me.
I think that's just where we're at right now. Can't concentrate on anything else, to be quite honest. All right, here we go. I don't have a chat room up. Holy shit! What are we doing? I pulled up everything else, but I didn't pull up the YouTube or the Facebook chat room. Oh, I don't even know where I'm at. What's happening? I need to I wonder if any of our followers would like to help produce the show. That would be fantastic. Start farming it out. Can I get a $5 for that? Is there a $5 or TaskRabbit to help produce a podcast? Listen, just manage the chat room. Make sure that all these tweets go out during the show so people tune in. That's the thing that we haven't had for several weeks. I try to, but I can't add that one more task.
Well, if we were good little boys and girls, we'd have our show notes in like 2 days in advance, and then you could just queue them up.
Yeah, that's true too. But and also if we knew in what order we were going to do our show notes. Why is the share button not on the app anymore?
I think what you're saying is we need to get organized. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, yeah.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like everybody.
Everybody.
Guests.
All right.
I'm definitely. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Get started.
It's fine. Hey guys, it's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast, episode 502 from the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA. I'm here. It's podcast day. The podcast dog is on the couch, so if you hear a little bit here and there, as I'm sure inevitably he'll wake up. I hope he doesn't start snoring again. But anyways, we got a crew with us. First of all, from Big Bank International Esquire, he's a gadget guru over there, working from home as everybody. John Chilla, how you doing, Chilla?
Pretty good. Working from the bunker.
From the bunker.
And I've actually been off for 3 days.
Really?
So it's been nice. Well, not including, I have 5 days if you include the weekend. Ooh. I took Friday, Monday, and today off.
There you go. Okay, nice refresher. Nice refresher. Yep. I needed that too. I escaped to the homestead, hung out with Mother Sorg, and we literally just watched movies on a Roku the entire weekend. It was too hot to go outside, so I watched movies with her and then looked out the window and realized I'm surrounded by trees. It was fantastic. But also with us, another gadget fellow from some big institution is Crazy Krause. Ron Krause is with us.
Hello, how are you?
I don't remember what it's been a month. I forgot what we call you.
Okay, Sorg.
With the blueprint of the Millennium Falcon back there, maybe he's just the Millennium Falcon pilot.
Don't I wish I was the Millennium Falcon pilot.
How you doing, Krause?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Good. But this is the AwesomeCast. You can check out everything at awesomecast.com. Please follow us on the social media, AwesomeCast on the Twitter, on the Facebook page. A Facebook page and the Facebook group. A lot of people sharing stories throughout the week over in the Facebook group. So please, of course, it was kind of a slow week with the holiday and everything too, as you'll probably tell as we go through the show. But that's fine. We can deep dive some of these topics. And of course, the Facebook page is where we are live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's where we keep an eye on the chat room for the most part. But we are also live on the YouTube, and the Twitch is in front of me, and the Periscope via our Twitter page. So follow any of those so you can get the live feed wherever is convenient for you. But got a good discussion happening in the chat room, including our friends Dave Potter, Steve from the Bold Sports Podcast, which came back last week, so please go check that out. Amanda Narcissi's out there too from Bold Pittsburgh. Also a new podcast over there that they just rebooted, so please go check that out. And and please, if you're with us now, if you're streaming us, please hit the like, heart, whatever buttons, hit the share button and help get the awesome out there. And if you catch us later on the podcast or the video versions later, please again put a like, put a share out, put a review in on the podcast page. We really appreciate the support there. Also, we do really appreciate the support from our audio partners, our friends at the 405media.com, as well as over at postindustrial.com for post-industrial audio, helping share in great Pittsburgh podcasting. And thank you to our Patreon supporters, patreon.com/awesomecast. First, our friends at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller, John DeGore, and John Carmen. At the Fan of the Show level, we have Michael Fedor, pghmuseums.org, Dave Podner, and I apologize I did miss him last week, but Professor Buzzkill is a new Patreon supporter over there. By the way, with a lot of stuff going on, he has been hitting a lot of the hot button issues going on right now. So if you are interested in learning more about what a lot of people are frankly arguing on Twitter about right now, he does have a lot of good stories on there, good stories, good histories. Does that track, guys? Can I get a good histories on there over on professorbuzzkill.com. But anyways,
I'm not following histories or his stories.
His stories. Yes, there's stories about history.
Okay.
I'm just leaning into my fumbles at this point. That's what's happening. Welcome to the new words. Anyways, let's get started with our awesome things of the week. Crazy Krause, what is your awesome thing?
Okay, so I don't know how old school you guys go back, but there was once a long time ago. Well, it's actually still there. A game called EVE Online.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it.
It was this massive ship-based space game where, they have all these giant battles. Every once in a while you'll hear, 50 million people were involved in this space battle and all this good stuff. Well, they're actually bringing that game to tablets and phones in the form of EVE Echoes. And from what I can see from it, because I'm one of the beta testers, they have literally ported, for the most part, the whole game to a tablet and a phone, and it's quite spectacular.
So this is kind of comparable to Fortnite coming over, right? Or is it its own entity? Is it going to intermingle with
No,
EVE?
it's its own entity. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's its own world. So, and that's one of the nice things about it, and one of the things I think that has a lot of people excited, because EVE is one of those real-time games.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we've all played Warcraft or Starcraft, where you level up skills, you train skills, you have to go out and beat up 20 of these things, and then you return and you get to level up your sword or whatever. But in EVE, it's actually time-based. So you start a skill training, and it's going to take 45 minutes to train that skill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 45 minutes of real-time training.
It's not a walk-away kind of thing.
So there are some skills that will take days, weeks to level up. So having this game basically starting over gives people an opportunity, because there are players out in that game who've been playing that game since the day it started. So obviously you'll never, get higher than those people, because they have just all that time invested in this game. So it's kind of interesting. It's a game I played with some friends years and years ago. And we're actually, me and one of my buddies are got into the beta together, and it's like old times. It's kind of fun, and it's just crazy because you're playing it on a tablet, you're playing it on a phone.
Mm-hmm.
What system did you play it on? The PC? Was it a PC game before?
It was a PC game only.
So is there going to be a chat built into it? I guess they just expect you to
chat.
Okay.
Yes, there's a chat. There's chat windows and everything, just like if it was on a PC game. You can talk to your corporation, which is your guild. They have local chat, system-wide chat. I know me and Bunny I'll say that you probably remember who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And we're playing over. Sometimes we'll get on Facebook Messenger and just start a call and talk that way, you know. But to be playing it on a tablet, it's great. I can be sitting in the living room with the wife, and she's watching whatever show she wants to watch, and I'm blowing up ships in Eve online. You know what I mean? It's great. Everybody's happy, you know.
That was a cool. I really like how they did everything time based, because I remember you used to set, like, make sure you went. Did you remote in, or I can't remember what you did?
Yeah,
you did something.
You go in and you queue. There's a queue of skills that you can set, and it only lets you set so many hours worth of skills until your queue is full. So they used to make widgets like I had a widget on my phone that I could swipe over to one of the Android pages, and it would show me how long I have left. Because basically, if you didn't get back on in time, you would literally waste time, real world time, not training a skill. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited it's coming back.
So go check that out. It's eveechoes.com, I believe. Sorry, I was distracted a little bit. First of all, I don't know if Krause, you might be getting a little bit of breath on your microphone. Also,
it might be my fan. I apologize.
Apparently, right now is the time that Facebook decided to switch things over for me, and I have some insane new layout.
Yes, I've had that for a couple weeks. It's
what?
Great.
You have the dark. Do you have the dark mode?
I had an option for dark mode, but I didn't think I wasn't up for it yet. What the hell is this?
Yes, it's insane.
Okay, all right. It's not my awesome thing. Let's see. Chilla, you have an awesome thing as well.
I do. So, with the heat going on outside, I don't know what it's like where our listeners are, but here it's darn right hot. So I was looking around, and I actually camped in my backyard with my son over the weekend, and it was really, really hot sleeping outside. So I'm like, how can I overcome the heat? And I need to do a bunch of work out in the yard over the next 2 days. So I started Googling around, looking around, and there's this amazing device from RYOBI, which is like the Home Depot company, or the Home Depot brand of tools. And it is a fan that sits on top of a 5-gallon bucket.
Ooh.
And there's a hose that comes down. The picture on their site, it shows it where it's hooked up to an actual like the hose, like your water hose. But it actually it has a special ability to go on top of the fan. There's a clear plastic hose that you put down into the 5-gallon bucket, and it has misters built into it, and it's all battery powered. So you can carry this thing around and blow air and shoot water mist. So if you look at the second picture in, second row down, not the video, but
I got here with it just sitting on top of the bucket itself.
Yep. So you literally just plug any one of your normal RYOBI batteries into the back of it. It comes with one and a charger. I have a couple of these for other tools that I have. But you plug this in, and it's rather nice. You can just kind of sit there and get misted and have some airflow while you're working in the yard.
Nice. Might have to look.
And I would say, with no wind, I would say you'll get, like, it'll shoot about 5 feet of mist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's windy, all bets are off because it's just small water particles. But I noticed, like, even working out on my back patio and having it on, I mean, I could walk up to it and get pretty wet from the mist, and I was dry by the time I went to the other side of the patio. So it definitely came in handy.
That's a $90 item from Home Depot.
Yeah, and I swear so they're all sold out right now. They're going for about $150 on Amazon. So my plan definitely for next year is to buy a couple of these.
Mhm.
We want at least one more, but to probably buy 3 and then sell them for double the price, because that's the going rate right now on Amazon. Because people are wrong more often than computers. I actually tracked down that the Monroeville store had one, and I ran out yesterday morning and got one. And when I went in, I said, it says limited quantities on your thing here. You're the only store in a 100-mile radius with one of these. Can you point to me in the store where it's at? And the lady said, "Oh, I don't know. Just go talk to someone in Home and Garden." So I went to Home and Garden. The guy said he's never seen these before. Go find someone else. So I went to customer service, and she's like, "People have been coming in all weekend. We don't have any left. The website's wrong." So I'm like, there's a computer keeping track of your inventory. There has to be one somewhere, whether it's wedged behind something on a shelf or whatnot. So I roamed around the store long enough that I found these other fans, and I was talking to one of the store workers back there, and she actually was the first person that actually punched it into her little handheld device. And she's like, "Yeah, there might be like one, but it could have been stolen. It could have been whatever." And lo and behold, she looks up at that moment and said, "There it is." So I got literally the last one in the store.
Jeez.
So kudos to her for helping me out. And it is just an amazing little piece of machinery.
That's why I don't even go to stores anymore. I can say I just don't go to stores anymore. So
the only reason I went was because I couldn't order. You can't order it online anymore. Like the season's over, so I got to wait for.
So they're not. Year. Yeah, right. So they're not going to have them in stock. Yeah.
And I'm not paying $150 for it.
No. Well, hey guys, my awesome thing is kind of a personalized thing. So I took the S8 with us. With me when I visited my mother's this weekend. It was like, well, hey, I can pretty much have a game console on this thing. So I brought my Xbox controller. I know we're going to probably talk about controllers a little later for those functions. And there's a little game that gets played because of how many like humble bundles and stuff I got that I don't even know what games I have, and they're being reintroduced to me as GeForce Now keeps just trickling in, adding very random games. And I found myself playing a game called Darksiders out of nowhere, which I've never played before, and I think I might have a couple copies of it over on Xbox Gold as well. I always thought it was Dark Souls, which I knew is a terribly difficult game.
In the eye game. Yeah.
What's that?
Poke yourself in the eye game.
Yeah, like yeah. I couldn't even survive.
My son loves that damn game, and I hate them.
I couldn't even survive the tutorial. I know Riz has talked about it before. So I started playing it. It's just a hack and slash game, and I'm just like, wow, this is actually kind of fun, right? Like it's just this stupid hack and slash. You're heaven and hell are fighting for some reason, and you're the god of war and all this stuff. So then turns out the third one is on XCloud. So I went down this weird rabbit hole of games like that, right? Or even just dropping into like, hey, I never played Tomb Raider with all the NVIDIA graphics on. I played the 360 version, so I didn't even have half of that stuff. But no, that was kind of my little game with that. And again, it's awesome to just kind of, if you know you're going someplace with decent internet, she's got good, she's out of the middle of nowhere, but she has like 200 down on Comcast. And I'm like, this isn't going to help your Hulu work better. It's all you do. But there it is. It was $5 difference, I guess. So that was kind of fun. And it is kind of fun to play that. What game is in my collection? If you've been on Steam for a while, or like me, have been doing gold forever and don't been hitting the button every month and don't know what games are kind of introduced to you. So that's kind of my awesome thing. Is kind of that playing random stuff and discovering something like Darksiders on that. So that's all I got. That's really all I got. It was a really slow weekend for me. So
it's okay, Sorg. We all have them.
Yeah, it's just like
I try to have them as often as I can.
Well, I've been having them more often than usually. So it's just I don't know. I guess I've gotten used to downtime, but I don't know.
Wow.
I'm playing a lot of video games, at least, making that happen.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm running out of stuff to watch on Netflix.
Oh, I finally got back. I'm rolling back into Clone Wars. Clone Wars is my thing right now, I think, and I'm gonna try to keep going until I'm finally finished with it. I'm like mid-season 4. I've been trickling through that thing here and there. So you just get to certain things and just like, I'm just not up for this. I don't even know why there's a war. I don't know what's happening. Nobody's a good guy in this thing. Everybody sucks.
Yeah,
it's too much like real life. But yeah, there's that. What do we do next? Oh, hey, I want to give a shout out to our friends supporting podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza for a good while now. Our friends at Slice on Broadway, sliceonbroadway.com, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, PNC Park. Giving a shout out to my friends over there because they have been doing a lot to support us and feeding the back when we used to have people here. They were really good about helping support that, make sure everybody dropping in for dinner so they didn't have to go across the street and get the taco, although some will get tacos anyways because people, even though, yeah, you've done that, Krause. I see you raising your hand over there. Even though we provide pizza to our people, they want to do the entire tour of Beachview and get the street tacos and the pizza. We have so many delectables here in the Beachview neighborhood, so please continue to support them as well. I have returned to the taco stand recently, but Slice on Broadway is what we're talking about here. It turned into a Beachview commercial instead of just a Slice commercial for a moment there. But no, go check them out all over the place. SliceOnBroadway.com for more info and order online, of course. So I was talking about streaming. Chilla, you had a retracted awesome thing of the week. You had your second awesome thing of the week that you had in there before. Can you tell me about what that was?
So this wasn't a streaming device. It was the 8-bit Do, who makes a number of game pads and I don't want to say off-brand, but kind of
they mimic
niche type devices.
They tend to mimic the old school classic video game controllers that you can use for like retro gaming on your PC, correct?
Yeah, but they also create things like this little device. Which actually,
what the hell is that?
It's the 8-bit Do USB adapter.
Okay.
And you can plug this into numerous systems and connect other controllers to them. So you can use this and plug it into your Switch and then pair up a PlayStation or Xbox controller to it. You can also use this to pair a PlayStation or Xbox controller to a Raspberry Pi.
And it looks like a USB thumb drive, and that looks like what, Minecraft kind of bricks?
No, it looks like it's like a Mario blocks.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what they were going for. And it's like they do firmware updates on all their stuff, which is pretty cool.
Chilla lives in the future.
But it's mainly for like retro gaming type stuff that I want to use it for. That's the funny part.
So, and that's why this kind of threw me too, because this is a game controller that they're saying is ideal for your Xbox game streaming on your phone, like I've been doing.
Yes, they're claiming it's ideal for Project XCloud. In fact, they're going to come out with, and we already have them because we're cool, clips for the controllers that let you clip your phone to it, but it will take this device is kind of like it's like half Xbox controller, half PlayStation controller. Let's say 40% PlayStation controller, 50% Xbox controller, 10% Super Nintendo.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, the sticks are on the bottom. They
swap.
The triggers and the bumpers are kind of sized at even size and everything. So ideally, this is meant to be a lower profile version of what. And I've been doing that with the Xbox controller itself, and it's a lot to throw in your bag, right? So this is just a lower profile of that. So that makes a lot of sense for something like that.
And the cool thing about the majority of their controllers is that they have, I can't remember what the application's called. It's their ultimate software that allows you to customize button mapping, the sensitivity of the stick and triggers. You can actually create controller profiles and switch between them on the fly from on the controller, which I thought was pretty cool. So I don't know. I thought it was a pretty cool device, and I'm pretty sure it's a cross-platform. I'm guessing it'll work on iOS and Android.
The price was good too.
Yeah, it's not but $45. It's cheaper than anything else.
I thought it was even cheaper.
It's cheaper than any other major manufacturers.
Yeah, because it's something like $50 or $60 if you get a straight up Xbox controller, correct? So it depends.
Right about that. Yeah.
Seemingly based on color alone, from what I've seen on listings. So no, it looks like a possibility. I like having the real Xbox controller for doing those kinds of things, but no, I like this as a potential alternative, or even just a cheaper controller, right? If you need to, like, hey, I don't want to take away from the controllers at my Xbox, this one comes with me, kind of situation too.
The clip rules. I got mine right here. I love this little thing.
I don't like the size of the controllers to carry with me. I want something that is going to be a little slimmer in the bag.
Well, you know, and the other thing is too is with the buttons. I always worry about keeping, like, when you shove something in your bag, are the buttons going to get pushed and broken or something? You know what I mean? Or it seems a little thinner.
That's where I wish. I can't remember who it was. Someone it's actually in my laptop bag that I use for my Surface Pro and iPad. Someone made one that was a tiny controller, but it actually had a hard shell clip-on cover that went over all of the buttons and the joysticks and everything, which I thought was a really good idea for. It was definitely meant to travel with you.
Yeah.
So stay on the video games, because we actually have a few stories along with this. There was some news that came out, and this may be a pattern for many to come. There's an announcement on 2K21, NBA 2K21 is coming up. So if I read all this right, the base game you can get for any of the, let's just say any version of it, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, Stadia, $60 for that, launches September 4th. If you buy the version for a Sony or Microsoft console, you won't be entitled for the next gen upgrade. You won't? This doesn't seem right. But they will be selling a $99.99 Mamba Forever Edition, which comes with special My Team, My Player bonuses, as well as Kobe Bryant Digital Collection. If you pre-order, if you buy this version for the PS4 or Xbox One, you will also be entitled to the standard edition on PS5 and Xbox Series X when it launches in the holiday. So if you buy the souped up edition, it will also include the newer edition, apparently, but not with the upgrades. Is that this was written kind of weird?
From what I gathered from some of the things that I read, it was if you bought the base edition, you didn't get the free upgrade to the next gen console. But if you bought the souped up edition, then you were guaranteed that you would be able to get the updated, upgraded version for the new console.
That seems to contradict what they've said about Xbox games being pretty much one copy will run across.
Yeah, it's going to be backwards compatible, but are you going to get
all
any
the features?
Of that? I'm guessing you're not going to get optimized graphics and all that other. You probably are going to miss something out. But visually, from an audio perspective.
So I will have to buy the Series X version of Halo 5, but I guess we're talking more about these NBA 2K games and stuff. There's still going to be separate Xbox One and Series X games. Like Series X is going to be its own SKU, right?
I'm guessing they are going to be their own SKU, but you will be able to backwards. It'll have backwards compatibility to play the older games. You're probably just not getting the new graphics library. And I'm guessing first-party games I'm guessing anything in, what do they call it?
They have a name for it.
What's their monthly?
Game Pass.
Game Pass. I'm guessing Game Pass is going to get, you pay for Game Pass, you get whatever system you're on, the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
The thing that I thought was interesting was the one article I read that was Brandon in the chat hit it. The $99 seemed like a lot when you think of $59.99 versus $100, and maybe it's just my mind and the way I'm crazy, but they're raising all the games are going to go up $10.
Yep.
Which it makes me crazy because I haven't paid for an actual physical copy of a game in my whole lifetime of owning an Xbox One.
Developers need raises too.
Yeah, but you know how much money they're saving on packaging?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
The packaging, development costs, obviously going up, year over year.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
When's the last time we saw a price hike?
It was the N64. Right?
It's been a while.
Right?
No, N64 games weren't $60, were they?
I think some of them. I remember Super Nintendo games that were $80. Good cartridges really pumped them up. I think across.
Yeah, that's because Nintendo surcharges the.
Well, no, cartridges are more expensive. Yeah, because you have chips.
But like Switch, the reason some of the games are more expensive on Switch is because if the game manufacturer, they had like two sizes. You could get a 16 gig cart or a 32 gig cart, and there was an additional fee obviously on the larger cart, and which made the manufacturer toss that onto you.
With the digital copy, guys. At this point,
and then they're paying ingress and they're paying egress out of their system, and they're paying for Akamai. I mean, yeah, I get it, but there is a cost to doing it on their side too. I'm sure the cost of their digital is lower than their packaging.
If you're dropping the coin to get a PS5 Series X game console, I don't think you're going to mind the $10 difference on these games for you to play them in 4K.
That's what it's called, smart delivery. I found it.
Smart delivery, okay.
So I know with all of the first-party titles, Xbox has already stated that via their smart delivery system, any first-party game you buy will automatically be upgraded to the Series X for free.
Those are upcoming games.
Yeah. So any game that any game that you buy this generation, so like in the next few months, if you buy the new Call of Duty or whatever, most of those. Oh no, that's not a first-party game. What's a first-party game?
Halo.
You buy Halo. When the Series X comes out and you try to launch Halo, you'll be getting the Series X version with that via smart upgrade.
It sounds like when you buy a game, I buy the Batman Telltale game on my phone. I download the iPad version of the iPad, right? I download Lego Brawls to my phone. I download the Apple TV version to the Apple TV, right? The one for that hardware, the package for that hardware.
Yeah.
That seems to make sense. Just like when I play a 360 game on my Xbox One, I get that special patched edition of that 360 game, or how you get that if you put a disc in. So,
which I have to tell you guys, this will probably shock you all, but I'm really on the fence of whether I'm actually going to buy the Series X when it launches, because quite honestly, where I play my games, I don't have a 4K monitor.
No.
And so for me, there's nothing wrong with the I'm still running, believe it or not, my day one edition Xbox. I just don't have a reason yet to upgrade.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of money.
The only thing is, for me, it's going to be dependent on, and again, so much is up in the air right now. The ideal thing looking forward was going to be, am I ready to buy a 4K television in the fall? If I am, and I'm on Game Pass, then why don't I just bump up the $10 a month? Extra, make it $25 a month, $30 a month, whatever that's going to finally be, and just get the Xbox, get the console that way. I'm not dropping $500 for a console, but if you tell me that I can do it for that, it's like I bought my last how many iPhones the same way for like $35 a month for my tricked out 8 Plus with a quarter terabyte of RAM that somehow is full. I need to talk to you guys about that at some point. I got like 100 gigs in system filling my phone, and I can't figure out why. But that's a whole other episode.
What I'm confused about, though, is how they can do XCloud to my mobile, but I need a huge machine at home to run a game.
Well,
that's the other thing I'm thinking about is like,
I think eventually, I think it's all going to mesh together, isn't it? Like eventually, like that. I can imagine that XCloud is going to drop directly on your Xbox. Like you're going to have to pay a fee for that. Maybe I'm paying $25 a month for Game Pass with XCloud in the long run.
They're gonna have to roll that into Live or something.
Oh yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be an upsell for Game Pass. It has to be. Right, and I'm
play anywhere, anytime.
But here's the thing: is they don't make money off the consoles.
Right.
No, they don't.
Like there is next to no profit margin on those consoles.
But can I tell you, this console in particular, I have a feeling they're going back to their roots,
taking a loss,
and they're going to take a loss.
So
I think they're going to whatever PlayStation does, they're going to undercut them.
So do we recall, I forget if we talked about it on here or somewhere else recently, when Xbox One came out, remember the whole thing where they said if you get the disc, it'll be tied to your account and you don't have to put the disc in anymore, but everybody freaked out because he had to get the console online, right? Like, remember that?
Yeah.
And how that pretty much ruined things for the last few years. Because I would love to never have to throw those discs in. Like, I literally don't play disc games because of that. Because I don't want to get off my couch, more or less. But it's a little bit of friction. It's like I don't throw a DVD in because I'd rather go on my Apple TV and do the thing, right? Instead of go and take it off the shelf and find it and do it. I feel like what's happening is, what if Microsoft came out, or PlayStation, because both of them have this technology. Some are running on the other's technology to do this technology. But because PlayStation also has streaming gaming.
They do.
I'm not quite as familiar with it. Brandon, I believe, is a PlayStation guy in the chat room that's been talking about it. He's talking about the PS releases, PS Share, PS Plus releases for next month of Tomb Raider and NBA 2K20. What if Microsoft came out, hypothetically, and said, there's no new console, we have xCloud, you don't need a console? People would freak out, correct?
Yeah, because they would need some way to get it onto their TV.
So this is kind of a hedging the bet, because people are still, while we are getting a lot of people on board with this idea of the streaming in beta, it's not mass appeal yet. GeForce Now is a very niche thing. Nobody's on board with it, right? Except for us on a show called AwesomeCast that talks about tech every Tuesdays at 7, right? We're into it. We're down with this idea. We have internet that supports it. I got to put another router in my house so I can support it in more of my house, because I'm going to do that, right? But we know that we aren't ready to dedicate a mass amount of people to that, so we need your hardware. But
I'm not saying don't come out with hardware. I'm just saying, look, and I feel like
it's hedging your bet.
Stadia didn't have a great launch.
I think that says a lot right there, right?
Yeah, but they had problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what if Microsoft, like you said, John, what if Microsoft gives it away? like you still have to buy the game, but
they give the whole system away.
No. You give away the XCloud.
I see. You give away XCloud.
Think about the way how you already pay for Halo 5, and now you also have it on the PC. Well, I don't know if that's one they did that with, but I know they're doing that. I don't think Gears of War, right? So, which is the same thing. It's that iPhone thing. You bought you bought Halo 6. It works on your Series X. It works on your Xbox One. It works on your PC. It works on your damn Samsung phone because we have XCloud. That's amazing. That's kind of the dream, isn't it? It's the Fortnite dream.
Oh, it definitely is, and that's where I think they could. I'm not saying don't launch hardware. I think you don't have another option because the barrier to entry for some, to your point, is too high, or it's just not going to work for them. But I can't imagine if they charge for XCloud, that's a tough sell.
Again, it depends on what they're selling. It depends on what they throw in, but I cannot see them. I still think it's Game Pass, and wouldn't you like your Game Pass on XCloud?
They'd be better off doing something where it's like, at least for the first year, every time you buy a game, you get a free month, and let people stack.
Remember, these are the guys that were the first one to popularize the idea that you pay for multiplayer, and they did it, and it worked, and they started sweetening the pot more and more, right? XCloud is another opportunity and another thing for you to subscribe to. Guess what? For me to play my Steam games, I am now forever beholden for $5 a month to drop it to GeForce NVIDIA. If I want to continue playing, as long as I stop dropping games I'm actually playing. So, but Xbox I'm going to be less worried about, right? Like I cannot imagine, unless for some reason I just stop playing video games again, not dropping $15 a month to Game Pass, because then it's peace of mind. I can play the next Halo, I can play the Gears of War, I can play all these games and don't have to keep dropping $60 a month for, right? Red Dead Redemption's on, great, I'm going to play that, right? If it's Netflixizing, absolutely Netflixizing video games, and it's just another thing that's part of that entertainment package you do every month. So if you're on that level, but. Well, guys, a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, a lot of crazy upturns going on in the world, and we've been rolling with the punches over here at Sidekick Media Services. Of course, this is one of the things. I got my report last month. Restream's one of the services that we do a lot of our multi-streaming to, especially this is still bringing it through Facebook through some of the software we have and everything, right? And does a lot of other neat tricks and stuff. But one thing they give me is a nice little report at the end of the month of how much we streamed. We streamed about 32 hours of content to Facebook, Periscope, wherever. 32 hours. So we're doing a lot of that's over a day that we streamed video from this location. And this is where we're at. This is where Sidekick Media Services is out of. To say that we're very accustomed to streaming is an understatement, probably at this point. Not to mention, I got a box over there throwing out pro wrestling 24 hours a day over on Twitch. Please go watch indiewrestling.us. So if you guys are looking for your streaming solutions, whether you're a church, whether you're somebody looking to do a panel about social issues, whether it's a concert, whatever it may be, hell, maybe even a little thing called pro wrestling when we're allowed to do that again, hit us up, sidekickmediaservices.com. If we can do live production on professional wrestling, you better believe you're going to have the best damn looking business conference we could possibly do, because you guys aren't going to be flying out of the ring at us. So that's dedication right there. Sidekickmediaservices.com. Let us know how we can be the sidekick in your superhero project. All right, guys. There's a couple other stories in here. What do you want to get at before we have to roll out here? I know you guys put a couple of things down there at the bottom, right?
With the COVID and COVID things going on, did anybody see that wireless charging plus cleaning device yet?
What is this?
You guys see that?
What is this?
So it's something Samsung is cooking up. It's line 7.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. it's just an interesting device. It's a wire, basically a charging bank with some light. What is it? UV lights.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically a box that you could put your phone in that will also charge your phone and clean it at the same time. I thought it was kind of an interesting idea. I don't know if it's something I would spend money on, but for somebody that has concerns, maybe that works in the healthcare industry, might be something that they would want to take a look at. I thought it was an interesting idea.
This is not a new concept for now. I trust Samsung more than whoever is advertising on Instagram as like the phone doctor or whatever. Because we remember we talked about that before. Because I think the science is. I mean, they're using UVs to clean at the airport.
Right.
For the same thing. So yeah, no, I think that'd be fantastic if you can do that for your phone. Because if anything, not much is probably grosser than your phone. I've been just using hand sanitizer, just wiping it down every once in a while, just to be safe. But no, I think this is. How much is this going for? So it says clean your phone, earbuds, or sunglasses. I mean, it's really just a UV coffin for your.
Right, it's a UV coffin with a built-in 10-watt wireless charger.
Selling it in their Samsung's German, Romanian, Singaporean, and Hong Kong stores. In Germany, it's selling for around $65 American. So not here yet, but I also don't know if that's been terribly popularized. Unfortunately, because of certain people bringing it up in certain ways, I think it's kind of been a little poo-pooed at this point. But the UVs is a pretty serious thing, so I would like to see them. They're gonna release something like this here sooner or later, right?
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of an interesting, idea.
So,
did you? And I put a link in the notes right under his. Did you see the stylus? That is it Adonit? I don't know how to pronounce the name of their company. They're famous for making styli for numerous types of devices, and they actually have it where the UVC is built into the stylus. You can wave it over your surface, and it's built right in. I thought it was a pretty cool idea.
Nice.
Oh, that is kind of neat.
You say so? It's not even. You don't even have to touch.
No, it's like you take it would be like taking your stylus and wave it. Scroll down, or I'm lagging a little bit.
There's they just basically take their pen and go over the device. That's kind of interesting.
Okay, so it's like these kind of toy things that kind of interact with it.
No. That's
you cleaning it.
That's you cleaning it.
Oh, okay.
You literally take the pen and wave it over the device.
Interesting. and then now they're mostly talking about for Surfaces. We're also talking about for iPads and Windows tablets.
This one I know is compatible with the Surface. I haven't seen. I don't think they have one yet for the iPad.
So there's a giant list at the bottom that has their classic and their Bluetooth and what they're compatible for, and I'm seeing everything from Surface, Windows touchscreens, and iPads. Various. It depends on what version iPad you got. So that looks cool. So that's the Adonit Ink UVC. So go check that out. Germicidal UVC integration. So that's crazy.
We're all about the germs here on the Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, we're if anybody's gonna be germaphobes, it's gonna be on this show, right? I think we like I said, I was saying since the beginning, I was like, we got a whole new generation of germaphobes after what's happened the last several months, unfortunately. So that's where we're at. Anything else? I think we are okay. That's two same stories. Gotcha. Free game.
Real quick, free games. Yeah, that's the one I was going to go after. If you have time at 3:00 on Sunday afternoon, if you sign up for a UPlay account, which is free, it's it's like Ubisoft's game distribution thing. If you sign up for a free account and you log in at 3 o'clock and listen to their announcement, you get a free copy of WatchDogs 2 for PC.
Nice. And I do believe that is going to be compatible with GeForce Now if you're on that. I haven't played the first one yet. I have it sitting on my Xbox Gold. And have you guys played it? Is it worthwhile hopping into?
Krause has played it. I don't think I have.
Played all of them. Yeah. The first one was very good. The second one wasn't as good, but it was still very entertaining. Good game.
Was it worth free?
It's worth free. Yes.
Because I technically have 2 copies of it free already, so this will give me the WatchDogs 2. I got a stack of games from Chachi, and about every game that he gave me ended up being free, not too far down the line from Gold for the Xbox One. So Black Flag, and I own 3 copies of Black Flag. I have a disc, I have the 360 on Gold, and then I have the Xbox One version on Gold. So, which I guess it's funky. And then I keep collecting stuff on the Ubisoft and the Epic Store. So now I got another copy of Syndicate, which I've been starting to play. I started playing that on Nvidia because it looks gorgeous, and I love that game so much. Then I just completed it, and I'm like, I'll start from the beginning just so I can play it on my phone. Sure, why not? I'll play the Dickens missions on there. Why not? What's up, Charles? What's up, Charles Darwin? No, seriously. Like, the Syndicate, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is the one in London in the late 18th century during the Industrial Revolution. It is the most Assassin's Creed. It is like peak Assassin's Creed to me. And I've only just started playing a little bit of Assassin's Creed Origins, and it's very upsetting to me so far. So they changed a lot. They started over, and I'm not there yet, but I see where it's going.
Have you seen any of the stuff for Valhalla?
Yeah, I saw everybody freaked out because they thought it looked too much like the last couple. So,
yeah, we'll see what happens.
It's early.
I'm interested. I love that time period, so I'm very interested.
Oh, I think it'll be fun. I think that I presume that will be peak this era of that. And if there's anything that's going to get me, try to get the upper version. Hell, I'm kind of killing myself for not having 4K ready versions to go play these last 2 Assassin's Creed games, because those ones are set for it, right? Like, if I should upgrade for anything, that should be it. So I'm trying to finish Halo 5 right now. That's what I'm on. So
Halo 5 was very good.
Yeah, it is very good. I have about 3-ish missions left over there. So yeah, Halo goes fast when you get into it. When you're ready to roll, it is not a long run, but it seems to take me forever to do it. So, Crazy Krause, Ron Krause, thank you for dropping in again.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And John Chilla.
That's me, John Chilla on the Facebooks, Chilla on the Twitters.
Yes, Katie was out on assignment, or assignment. I think is visiting family right now. If I got the time frame right, but she should be back next week. We do also have scheduled in 2 weeks. Cynthia Klosky of Shift Collaborative should be joining us again. So please, again, we're waving. we have a kid run in on one of the lines. But we should just have.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Chilla, we
when
should
the
just.
Little Chilla's on the screen, I have to say hi.
Yeah, this is the second time tonight where I'm trying to conduct whatever business over here, and I just see real wide on the camera waving happening like this.
Sorry.
It's fine. We're managing it, but
we'll get him a computer in the other room.
I mean, I needed to tell the dog to shut up a little bit ago, so. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, awesome chatters hanging out in the chat room. We'll see you guys next week. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. That was a lot of fun. Oh, so much me everywhere. Holy crap. All right. Stream. We will be back around 9 o'clock for wrestling stuff. We'll see you then.